Daniel Jones, if there's one thing we know he can do, is tote the rock a little bit and put his body in harm's way for the betterment of the team. Also, on top of that, how much more fun would this season be for the Eagles if you are able to not only push for a Super Bowl with their prized possession, Saquon Barkley, in your backfield leading the way and helping you to wins, but also simultaneously getting a Super Bowl ring for Daniel Jones, the player that they tossed to the trash, the player that they've ridiculed, they made fun of, the guy that y'all made fun of as well, being in y'all's locker room as well, being able to be there for ring day and suit up and put that ring on. It's more, I am absolutely about the petty of the NFL. It's beneficial not only for the roster to give them some depth behind Jalen Hurts, it's also beneficial for their rivalry with the Giants to further throw some salt in those wounds. Do it, Eagles. Do it, Roseman. Plus, you get a compensatory pick if somebody signs Daniel Jones in the offseason. It's a win-win. There's no loss to signing Daniel Jones.
The only loss is post-traumatic stress disorder from Saquon Barkley, thinking, I thought I left this guy. I thought he was a big part of the reason why I left the New York Giants because there was no threat with the pass game. I was getting beat up. I know it's a lot of the offensive line's fault, but it really didn't help my legacy as a running back. It did not help my numbers as a running back, even though I still proclaim Saquon Barkley, when it's all said and done, will be known as a top 5 talented running back in NFL's history.
Ooh, that's
not in the game right now, in history.
Tall.
And there have been a lot of years. Now it's 7 years of his career, 6 years of his career wasted in New York. I'm telling you.
That's tall.
We haven't really seen anybody else do the things that Saquon Barkley has seen. But I will say it, to go back to another kind of war comparison, it's like a prisoner of war. If you bring Daniel Jones along with you for the Giants, because it was Daniel Jones who tripped on the 80-yard touchdown run against the Eagles in prime time, where he had nobody around him at all. He had about a 10-yard cushion because Daniel Jones can run a little bit. Yeah. He tripped on the 10-yard line and fell down and didn't score that drive. I think it would be a definite humiliation tactic from the Eagles. I don't know if it would really be a strategic move.
Kick them while they're down. And if you are somebody that says Daniel Jones would benefit from being surrounded by weapons, what better weapons than the Philadelphia Eagles? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Who should go out of their way to sign Daniel Jones? Who should be lining up to offer a contract to Danny Dimes following his release from the New York Giants? 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care is a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting BaptistHealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776, the Baptist Health Hotline. Who should sign Daniel Jones? And yes, C-Cat, I still remember, because the thing is, if you're looking at the picture of the boat, I'm going back to the Giants boat day thing. It was like a week before they had their playoff game?
Yeah, they might have had a bye week.
Yeah.
That year's OBJ Giants.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard.
I'm not getting that wrong. Yeah.
Was in that mix. So
Victor Cruz was on the boat.
Victor Cruz was on the boat. My guy was not in the picture. He was inside the boat. So when I hit him up about the boat, I knew he kicks it with Trey Songz. So I was like, yo, and also I saw his Instagram stories and saw a lot of stuff around him with the Giants and with all them folks. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, can you tell me what the heck was going on with the whole boat situation and Trey being with the Giants? And he was like, yo, I was on the boat. I was on it. Like, I can tell you a lot about it. I'm like, well, bet, let's do the interview. He didn't want to do the interview.
Dang. I know.
Sucks.
And there was a little doobie in the top right corner of the picture where people were pointing at because it wasn't really legal back then on that boat.
Yeah.
But somebody was smoking something. I remember Colin Cowherd led the show with it.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
And it was so inevitable that following that boat picture, that boat day getting out there, that the Giants were going to lose. G. Garcia in the YouTube chat presented by Prize Picks. Jeans and Timberlands on the boat is wild. It is.
They didn't go swimming, I guess.
I mean, no, they definitely weren't. They never planned on getting in the water.
All right. I don't know if Victor Cruz happens to like taking a dip.
So there's probably, I mean, honestly, football players, they probably jumped in there with their Timbs and jeans on. Like, that's how ridiculous those guys can be sometimes, especially when they're in groups. So I don't know, but I will say this. It's like if you are a Giants fan, because I think that was the last time, I guess no, the game against the win against the Vikings with Daniel Jones was the last time the Giants made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. So they had overcome those hurdles with Danny Dimes, and now they got rid of that guy too. So kind of sucks right now being a Giants fan, but maybe you deserve it. You got a couple Super Bowl rings with Eli Manning over the GOAT, so you're good.
Yeah, I would say so. There's some voodoo magic that came to play with those Giants Super Bowl rings. Maybe this is some karma, getting it back. You know, they like some of those throws that Eli Manning threw in both those Super Bowls, obviously the one to David Tyree breaking out of the sack.
Mario Manningham one.
Yes, down the sideline.
Yeah.
Plaxico Burress before he shot himself in the leg.
Yes.
Like the perfect storm was created in order to result in 2 Super Bowl rings with Eli Manning. So I think the football gods, they've got debts unpaid. And right now the Giants are paying those debts because of how dreadful they have been.
And they deserve to. Through 6 seasons, Daniel Jones, 70 touchdowns, only 47 interceptions. I didn't calculate up the fumbles, but I'm sure the fumbles make up the gap there.
Yes.
24, 44, and 1. 24, 44, and 1 through 69 starts. And the question now becomes, at 27 years old, can Daniel Jones be the next rehabilitated quarterback, right? We saw it happen with Geno Smith. We saw it happen with Baker Mayfield. We're watching it happen right now with Sam Darnold. Is there a team out there that thinks they can take the clay that is Daniel Jones and mold him now back into a serviceable quarterback, a quarterback that can get back to the playoffs and maybe win a game again? Hell, maybe he could just be one of those stopgap guys that gets you through a season. Can Daniel Jones be reclaimed? That is the question right now. That's what NFL front offices are asking themselves today, or maybe C-Cat. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, I think you're looking for a backup. You're not looking for a savior of your season.
Yeah.
You don't really have an instance of a team that lost their starting quarterback that was contending, because I guess the closest you could think, if you're delusional, is Dallas Cowboys, like you mentioned. But I don't understand the Daniel Jones to Dallas takes, because I thought we all, as a society, healthily agreed that the Cowboys season was over.
It is, but they don't believe so. The Cowboys are still acting as if they're trying to win football games.
It's not 2020 with Cooper Rush, where they won a couple games and were in contention. That's not what's happening right now. That team is done. It's fried. What is it? They have been down by 20 in all of their home games so far this year.
6 straight dating back to last year's Packers playoff bouncing. They are not a good team. They're not a well-run franchise right now, but they are the Dallas Cowboys, so we continue to talk about them. Here's a stat I want to give people that think that there's still something left in the tank with Daniel Jones, and it's one that's not good for the DJ camp. So if you're listening and you're a part of that, just tune out right quick.
Are there people that remain that, like, they must
if his mom might be listening or something, or maybe his agent?
No, they definitely bought Daniel Jones cards when they have their all-time high, right when they beat the Vikings. Those are the only people that are showing up and showing out for Daniel Jones.
Well, here's the stat I'll give you. Daniel Jones has started 69 games, right? 6 seasons. We have a large sample size of this guy at 27 years old. That's what's working against him. It's even more incriminating when you hear this next stat. Sam Darnold, who we're watching being rehabilitated right now with the Vikings and Kevin O'Connell, has started 66. 3 less games than Daniel Jones. And we're watching his process right now. But that's not even the one I wanted to get to. That was just a warm-up, C-Cat. The other guy that gets mentioned a lot as a quarterback that was thrown aside by a bad franchise out of the state of New York, technically New Jersey, and has gone on to have a successful run is Geno Smith. Geno Smith, who's ripping it up with the Seahawks right now, who has a chance to take the lead in the NFC West this weekend. Daniel Jones has started 69 games in his NFL career so far. Geno, who's been in the league for much longer, has only started 76. The book is out on Daniel Jones. We know what he is as a quarterback. We've seen him in multiple situations with multiple play callers and multiple coaches and different weapons, with a running back and without one, with an offensive line and without one. We've seen it all with Daniel Jones. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved.